I used to think I needed more discipline to become a consistent reader. I'd hear people like Charlie Munger talk about how important reading was, and I wanted that for myself too. But every time I actually sat down with a book, I'd struggle to even get started. Eventually, I realized I wasn't dealing with a discipline problem at all. I was just approaching reading the wrong way. So in this video, I'm gonna show you what I changed that finally helped me become a more consistent reader. So there was a time where I bought all these books because, well, smart people said they were important. And I wanted to become a better reader, but the problem was some of the books I didn't really care about. So I'd open it, read a few pages, but then I would wonder why I struggled to stay engaged. And I assumed that I just needed more discipline. The problem was I was trying to force myself to be interested in something just because I thought I was supposed to be interested in it. And this isn't just something that I've noticed. There's actually a good amount of research showing that when you're curious about something, you're more engaged with the information and more likely to remember it. So I started asking myself, what am I actually curious about right now? And if you want to see what you're interested in, just take a look at your YouTube homepage or your watch history. Think about things too, like articles or text messages that you read or things that you're researching. Why do you read those things? Well, usually because there's something you want to know, or there's a question that you're trying to answer, there's something that you're interested in, or there's a problem that you're trying to solve. The easiest book to start is usually the book that answers a question you already care about. So once I found a book that I was actually curious about, I told myself that I'm going to start taking this serious. So I'm going to read a chapter a night, or maybe I'm even going to read for an hour. And I would do that for a couple of days, but then once I missed a day, everything fell apart. I was treating every reading session like it needed to be this big accomplishment. And the problem was that I was just making the habit too difficult to start. Habit research shows that repeated behavior in a stable context can increase automaticity, making the behavior easier to perform. What I learned is habits don't become easier because you can just keep hyping yourself up. They become easier because you keep doing the behavior. In the beginning, this can literally just be one page or like 5 to 10 minutes of an audiobook. This could be after coffee or before bed. And most importantly, I'm not trying to prove how much I can read. I'm just trying to make reading something that I can do over and over again. Just make the commitment small, something like 1 page or 5 minutes, or even just 1 paragraph. There's actually research around this idea called self-efficacy. One of the strongest ways we can build confidence in our ability to do something is by actually doing it successfully. So every time I told myself I was going to read 1 page and actually did it, I was giving myself another piece of evidence. 1 page might seem insignificant, but you're not just reading 1 page. You're reinforcing that you're someone who reads, and that when you say you're going to do something, that you'll actually do it. Now I have a full-time job, I'm a dad, and I'm a very busy person, as I'm sure you are. And there would be plenty of nights where I would come home and tell myself I was going to read, and I'd get through like the 3rd paragraph of a book and my brain would it wouldn't cooperate. And the old version of me would tell myself that I'm not a reader because I can't focus and that something was wrong with the habit. I was just treating resistance as evidence that something was wrong. Reading is a skill. If you never climbed a mountain, looking at the entire mountain is usually overwhelming, but you don't climb it all at once. You take it 1 step at a time, and reading works the exact same way. And if you haven't read in a while, then you're probably pretty rusty. Your attention might wander, you might read a page and realize you don't remember it. You might have to reread things, and that's normal. Sometimes it just means that I need a little more practice, because if you don't read for a while, you can kind of lose it and you got to build the skill back up. Once I was able to make reading a habit, I ran into a new problem. I struggled to remember what I read from books. So watch this video next, because I'm going to share with you what I do now to remember what I read. Keep learning, keep growing, keep going. And I'll see you in the next one.